What's going on, guys? It's Twintuitive and the Bossy Beeves, and we're going to dive into the masculine's energy. I am feeling a bit of anxiety coming from the Divine Masculine Collective, maybe even a sense of like being overwhelmed by this whole twin flame thing, wanting to pull back a little bit. It's like this up and down feeling that they're experiencing right now. Okay, so if you guys are sensing that too, it could be that your masculine may be a little bit distracted, they could be a little bit cranky, just kind of quiet as well, or maybe even a little bit more focused on other things. Okay, we have thoughts and isolation coming up. It's like they want to just put the whole twin flame thing on pause right now, because I get this sense of feeling overwhelmed. Okay, wanting to isolate, wanting to retreat back into your shell. Okay, I don't know where this energy is coming from, but it's definitely the divine masculines. What's been happening on the twin flame journey? Okay, many masculines are maybe taking action. It's taking courage to take action to create some new beginnings. Maybe they they're maybe having to be more present, like with the connection, or maybe you guys have exchanged more intimacy or intensity or feelings, or like I'm getting the sense of like shit's hitting the fan or this is starting to get serious, and maybe because of certain actions that they've taken towards you in the connection, now it's creating a feeling of anxiety because they feel like I'm getting quicksand. Okay, so it's like stepping into sand and realizing that you are sinking fast. That's what I'm getting by this overwhelming feeling of this is too much right now. Okay, so just a heads up for the divine feminines as well. Like if you do see them kind of isolating or retreating back into their shell, just allow it to be, because a lot of the times I feel like this divine masculine may be overwhelmed with, like, I'm getting the word intimacy, okay? And intimacy doesn't always have to mean like doing the deed, you know? It could mean just like intimate feelings, like talking about like the next steps and like where is this going and like what are we doing, like those kinds of conversations I feel could be really overwhelming for this masculine. And it's not to say that like they don't want this intimacy with you. Like I think in the moment it feels really good, but then it's like they wake up the next day and they have so much anxiety over the intensity of the emotions for you, but also feeling like, again, this connection can be too much, so much to the point where it's like they were feeling really good about it and now it's like, oh god, I don't want to do this. I want to isolate. I'm too much in my thoughts right now about this, and I can't handle all of the, I want to say lovey-dovey stuff. Like that's just what I'm getting. Like it's just too much. Like, oh, this is how I feel, and like passion, a lot of passion, so much to the point where it's like, okay, pump your brakes. That's what I'm getting. Okay, a masculine that's feeling a lot of anxiety because it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was feeling really good one minute, and now I'm not feeling so good about this, or now I'm feeling like I'm not so sure about this. Okay, so they're maybe guarded because they're having to be vulnerable. So you guys could have been having some kind of like intense conversations. Again, with vulnerability, they could have even also expressed like some deep feelings towards you. But the feeling of like backing away now comes from like expectations. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that came out from this deck. Okay, self-worth and expectations are like, is this real? Are they good enough? Is it gonna last? Okay, I have a feeling like you guys could be floating really, really high, and then both of you are terrified of that feeling of your bubble being bursted. Okay, but guarded and vulnerability, guys, we have to remember on the journey that like that's the whole gig with this whole twin flame thing, is to express our vulnerability. It's to take off the mask and allow ourselves to feel exactly what it is we're going through without closing off. But the feminines are better at it. I feel like a lot of the masculines, like when they start opening up their heart and they get all vulnerable and then they do start expressing those emotions, I do sense a masculine feeling really like vulnerable, I guess is the word, that they shared that with you last night. Or I don't know why I'm getting to say that for some of you. Maybe you were together last night. I don't know. But they feel vulnerable that they were that intimate with you, or they might have expressed things that now the next day they're like, oh damn, like fuck, like I shouldn't have said that because I don't know if that's how I really feel, or I don't know if I'm all in on this. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they take all of these deep steps into delving into this connection, and then when they start feeling, okay, that could be the action, right? It's like they're having the courage to delve deep, express to you how it is they feel. And then I feel like what's triggering them is now it excites the divine feminine. So then you as the divine feminine, you might get carried away, right? You start throwing the whole twin flame lingo out there. Can I do a reading for you? Do you like stuff like that? I feel like it's getting overwhelming to this masculine. What else is coming up? What's been going on between you two? Okay, that's triggering this masculine. What kind of stuff is going on that's triggering them? Union. It just could be being so in sync with you that it's a turnoff. It's like they can't hide anything from you. Why? Because you see through them. You know what they're thinking. They can't hide anything from you, and it feels like I just want to close up, right? Like it may feel really good for your masculines to fold their arms right now. That's how much anxiety I'm feeling from them. Okay, folding your arms is also like a protective thing with your energy, because it's like you're guarding your heart space area. So a lot of the times, like if you guys do have anxiety or you're in big crowds and stuff like that, if you just do that motion there, and then you can always set an intention. I always say I protect my heart space. I protect my safety bubble so that I don't feel anxiety or other people's energy when I'm out in big crowds or certain events. That's how I feel like a lot of your masculines are feeling. Because remember, guys, like the more they get vulnerable with you and they let that guard down, just like you are intuitive on the journey, many of them start feeling this sense of intuition where, oh, gross, why do I all of a sudden start feeling other people's emotions or things I never used to care about before or would never give it a second thought? All of a sudden I feel that. So that's why many of them, they start like, they point to the divine feminine, and it's like, because of you, I'm starting to feel all these weird feelings and I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. It's not what I'm used to. I'm just going to back away. So don't get triggered at this time. I feel it's because that's just the energy of like what it's like to come together really intensely. Don't be surprised if it makes you guys repel one another like hell afterwards, okay? And I feel like genuine twin flame journeys and relationships, that's exactly why the push and pull happens. It's because like, oh god, this feels too good, what's the catch? Okay, I'm gonna get some tarot here and find out what the best course of action is for this divine masculine, okay? Especially since I'm feeling all of this anxiety. Deep breathe, divine masculine. Take a break. Okay, so we do have the Three of Cups coming through here, which I do feel is collaboration and victory. So I feel like 3 is, for me, like it's unstable, okay? They could feel unstable in the heart space, but at times they feel like, yes, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to be doing, I'm all in. But then 3 strikes me as a number of like instability. So becoming more grounded in their heart space, I feel like, is what many of the masculines need to do. I'm also getting with the 3 of Cups here, the word victory keeps standing out to me, and it's like celebrating victory too soon. Okay, so that could have something to do with their best course of action, because if they're isolating, somebody could be celebrating too soon, which is like getting too deep too soon. I feel like that could be the divine feminine, which is maybe why your masculines could be closed off. Can we get action cards here with the masculines? Okay, we have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords here could represent as well that kind of like hermiting, I want to say, or closing themselves off. They could feel like they don't see things clearly right now. Swords too is like it represents thought, and I feel like if they're in their mental right now, these 2 swords represents like 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the journey. Like right now it tells me that your masculines aren't going to be taking any action right now when it comes to pursuing the connection, because it's like they're blinded to the journey right now, if that makes sense. Okay, like if you've triggered this vulnerability within them, I feel like Okay, what do I need to do? Is that Two of Swords energy here? Okay, I feel like the outcome here with the Page of Pentacles is stability. It represents stability for me, earth energy. Okay, becoming more grounded with themselves before pursuing anything else. So again, guys, don't be triggered if you see them going really silent. I feel like the Page of Pentacles, it represents messages around, starting something new with the new beginnings here. But maybe at the same time not celebrating it too soon, or not going in too deep too soon with your heart. Okay, and that could be exactly what it is they're thinking about, and that's affecting, the action that they're wanting to take. It's like, I need to ground myself. I need to see how I feel. The Divine Feminine's role here is to not get triggered or see that as a rejection, but to open up your heart space and understand that it's like this connection with your masculine and the intimacy that you guys are exchanging. And it's really triggering for the feminines, because it's like, wait a second, like, if you're the feminine, you thrive off of emotional stability, emotional connection with your masculine, whereas for your masculines, that stuff it's overwhelming. Like, their heart space is not, open to the point where they can willingly receive, right? That's why they're masculines. The sword points outwards. The divine feminine, if you guys look at the anatomy, is meant to receive. So again, where I'm going with this is, don't be so triggered if your masculines are backing away after you guys have exchanged a lot of intimacy, because I do feel a lot of heavy anxiety coming from them over, like, getting in too deep, needing to ground themselves over a choice that they've made. I feel like the choice is like willingly choosing to express to you that, yeah, I feel this too, but maybe now deeply, deeply regretting it, because some of the things that maybe the Divine Feminine has started to share about the journey has now made them feel super overwhelmed. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys for this short check-in. I feel much better since getting that message out. Like, I do not feel a lot of the feelings I was getting in my chest, but I feel like that's coming from telling the Divine Feminines not to be triggered, because it's like, if they go pulling away because they feel really vulnerable over the intimacy you've exchanged, you've bonded more deeply, and maybe they're realizing like they're embarrassed over it, or feeling like I want to say cringe, but I feel like there is a better word, embarrassed, or just, I don't know, like repressed, regretful, feeling those kinds of energies for being vulnerable. And the reason they feel that is because now it's a choice of, like, now it's not choice, I'm saying that because I'm looking down at this card, but now they're saying it's a question of, like, did I make a stupid choice here? Like, did I go ahead and reveal all these feelings to someone that I'm not really feeling here? I'm not even sure if I'm really feeling this. It's natural for your masculines to go through that. I feel for the Divine Feminines, it's maybe a lesson in not getting triggered over rejection, but more being open to letting the connection unfold naturally. Okay? That's what I have, guys. Take it easy, and me and Sleepy Beeves will catch you in the next one, okay? All right, bye, guys.